Hello, beautiful lady. You like cat?
I guess.
You buy cat 50 MSK? Cat very good quality.
Cat good quality? What are you talking?
Cat's very fresh. You buy a cat?
I don't really need.
You very smart lady. I sell you cat. Good deal.
What? I don't really need a cat. It's not one of my.
One cat 50 MSK. Two cat 75 MSK. Cat good deal. You buy a cat.
One cat 50 MSK. What is an MSK you speak of, Gnome? I do not understand.
Cat comes in colors of many. You buy a cat for 50 MSK, okay?
I don't want your cat.
Please, my wife is very sick.
No, get away from me, you pest.
Cat only 50 MSK. Please, sir, my wife is very sick.
By the will of the missing king of Stormwind, be gone, Gnome. I do not want your cat.
40 MSK?
I sweareth, Gnome, if I buy a cat from thee, will thou vanquish himself from my presence?
You buy cat?
Yes, I buy cat.
You buy cat?
Yes, I said I would buy a cat.
Cat not for sale. Good day, sir.
What do you mean, cat not for sale? What the heck was that? Wait, does anybody know what that was?
This is the story of a young gnome named Pepitoz. A down-on-his-luck little guy who could just never make it to the big and high society Azeroth. As the youngest of a family of 6, his family was very poor, and he often wore the hand-me-down of his brothers El Sanchez, Ronaldo, Sir and Steve. When Pepitoz was only 6 years old, his father was killed in a war-song Gulch match. But instead of releasing to the graveyard, he fell through the world and released somewhere in the Badlands, where he was lost forever, never to be seen again.
My Hearthstone is in the bag!
When Pepitoz turned 21, he fell in love with a beautiful gnome mage named Celine Dion. It was love at first rate instance. She would sheep mobs, and he would rend sheep mobs, and that kinda made her angry. The two were perfect for each other, kinda like 3 pieces of Arena Set 2 and 2 pieces of Arena Set 1. 70 bonus resilience. That's good stuff. They got married when they both reached level 40 at the Booty Bay Arena. It was beautiful. They equipped their wedding rings and kissed, or blew a kiss, because you can't actually kiss. And then they dueled it out to the death. Pepitoz had started to make a name for himself in Azeroth. He was the kingpin of the Mage Weave market on the auction house, and he was ballin' with over 306 gold pieces. Pretty impressive for a level 40 gnome, but all that was about to change. Pepitoz returned one night to find his wife sick in bed. He called Dr. Snugglepants, but he said it would be far too expensive to cure such an illness. It would require over 9,000 heavy runecloth bandages.
What? 9,000?
Pepitoz and his wife did not have health care because, unlike their drunken dwarven friends to the north, health care was not free. Pepitoz loved his wife, and he ran to the auction house as fast as his little gnome feet would take him, which is basically the same speed as everyone else, but it looks really fast because gnomes are really small. He bought every piece of runecloth the auction house had, but it just wasn't enough. He sold everything. His food, his armor, his weapons. He disenchanted every green he had for shards, but he could not get enough money for his wife. And the more and more he bought, the more it inflated the market. But soon the illness was too strong, and Celine Dion was banned from the server. Apparently it had something to do with her gallbladder exploding, or her name being against Blizzard's terms and policies. But in neither way, Pepitoz had lost his sick, dying wife. Or Pepitoz. Pepitoz had gone crazy from the loss of his wife, wandered around Ironforge trying to sell cats to make a living. He would ask people if they wanted to buy a cat for some MSK, but nobody knew what an MSK was. Pepitoz had gone so mad from the death of his wife, Celine Dion, that he invented his own form of currency. It was pretty confusing.
You buy cat? Cat good quality. 1 cat 50 MSK. 2 cat 75 MSK. Cat very fresh. I picked cat this morning. You buy cat? Sure, I'll buy a cat. Cat not for sale.
Pepitoz lived off the rats in the Deep Run tram, and he slept in the rafts atop Ironforge auction house. The game masters would often kick him out of Ironforge for hacking up walls, but Pepitoz was just trying to find somewhere to live and mourn his dead wife, Celine Dion. For shame, Blizzard. What did poor little Pepitoz do to you? Finally, the king of Ironforge passed a law banning people from selling cats, and poor Pepitoz was set out in the cold. He tried to make a fire for heat, but he forgot to train his cooking to level 1 and could not build a campfire. Pepitoz wandered the wastelands for days, until he ran out of strength and rat kebabs. He was starving and cold, poor little gnome. Finally, Pepitoz sat down on the mountain, feeling the touch of death about to take him to the afterlife. He looked up to the sky, and with his last ounce of breath, he whispered, "Cat, not for sale." On August 22nd, 2007, Pepitoz the gnome died from severe role-playing. That's right, on August 22nd, half a month from now. Because this story is a fake! Pepitoz and his wife are still alive, and they're raiding Karazhan 3 nights a week with a rat paladin who doesn't understand his class's purpose. But he will stay that spec because he's a jerk. But it won't last for long. If the community of World of Warcraft wants to save poor little Pepitoz and his wife, Celine Dion, then we will need to band together and let our voices be heard. Because the only way, there's only one way, the only and one way we are going to save poor little Pepitoz is if patch 2.2 doesn't nerf polymorph to 10 seconds from 12 seconds in PvP. I don't like that change. And if you can't do that, Blizzard, can you please give the gnomes some lore? I mean, honestly, our whole civilization is still being ruled by a level 35 elite mob. Ugh. Live long, live strong, and keep fighting for the good guys. Pepitoz!